Hello everyone and welcome back to another Star Wars action figure video. First and foremost, a very happy Star Wars Day to you all. May the 4th be with you, of course. We're here for a bit of an impromptu unboxing today because today I did receive a fantastic package in the mail from the guys at Hasbro. You may have seen these floating around on social media via other fan channels, but this is of course the 40th anniversary of the Empire Strikes Back Hasbro press box, which features an absolute ton of really cool brand new merchandise from the Black Series 6-inch line. Now, first and foremost, a massive thanks goes out to Hasbro for providing this box for a review and an unboxing. This is the first sort of thing that I've ever received from Hasbro. I'm absolutely blown away by what's inside, and I can't wait to share these fantastic figures with you. Now, right off the bat, as you can see, the figures do come in this absolutely amazing looking pressed box, which is really nicely decorated. You've got this really cool image of Vader on the front of the box. You've got the 40th anniversary logo on the front as well. On the top, you've got the Empire Strikes Back logo as well. And on the bottom, the hashtag ESB40 to use on social media, of course, to celebrate the 40th anniversary of The Empire Strikes Back. So with the box aside, we are going to take a look at what comes inside this, because not only do we get a fantastic selection of action figures, but we get some really cool little bonus features as well, which I'll talk more about as we get into it. So let's open up the box and see just what it is that we have inside. So we'll lift the flap up at the front first, and as you can see at the top there, we do have that image once again. Very cool indeed. And then there's just a bit of legal garb about social media posting, and a very nice little flyer marking the 40th anniversary of The Empire Strikes Back. A little bit of information about the figures that are included and some of the other bits and pieces that are included in the box, and a bit of press information regarding the figures themselves, which of course are available at most retailers online and in store. Obviously it's a little bit tricky to get out to brick and mortar stores at the moment given the current situation, but if you are out and about shopping for essentials and you see these figures hanging on the pegs, I highly recommend picking them up because there's some fantastic figures in this latest assortment. If brick and mortar shopping isn't really your thing, then these figures are of course available via multiple online retailers, and I will provide links down in the video description where you can grab some of these. So that's the boring bits out of the way. Some very cool additional features that come inside this box include these really nicely printed photo backdrops, so that you can use these with your action figures, which is really cool. So obviously there you've got a still image from the carbon freezing chamber on Bespin, and these are double-sided. So on the other side of that, you've got the window there featured in the confrontation between Vader and Luke. These are going to make for some fantastic photograph opportunities with these figures. We also have the Battle of Hoth. I'm just going to move the camera back a little bit just so you can get these in shot a little bit better. There we go. So there we go, you've got the Battle of Hoth there with the AT-ATs approaching. And on the back you've got Dagobah. Obviously each of these scenes does reflect the characters featured in the action figures and in the box. There's Dagobah, and then we also have the interior of Echo Base. Really cool. And on the reverse side of that we have one of the corridors on Bespin. So really cool indeed. Love some of these. I can't wait to use these in photographs and what have you for my Instagram and social channels. Keep an eye out for those. Now on to the figures that we get in the box, and Hasbro were kind enough to not only provide the first wave of the 40th anniversary Empire Strikes Back Black Series figures, they included waves 1 and 2, which is absolutely fantastic. So as part of wave 1, we'll start at this side and work our way across. We do of course have Yoda, and each of these figures are of course featured on that really nice retro vintage collection card back. We've got the Empire Strikes Back logo at the top, we've got the 40th anniversary logo in the top corner, and of course that image of Yoda on Dagobah there on the card back. Now what's really cool about this particular figure, like with most of the figures in the 40th anniversary line, is that it takes an existing figure and it upgrades it with the photoreal face printing technology, and as you can see with Yoda, it works wonders. I do believe that this particular figure is a direct repack from the archive line. However, some of the other figures in this line utilise that face printing technology for the very first time, and we'll touch base on those later on in the video. So there is Yoda. As you can see, he comes with his snake, which is of course inspired by that original Kenner figure from way back in 1980. You've got his prequel era lightsaber as well, and his cane. Got the Kenner logo in the bottom corner of the card, and then on the reverse side you get a look at some of the other figures available in this first wave of 40th anniversary figures. So that is Yoda. Next up we have the very cool, probably one of my favourites from the wave, AT-AT Driver. Again on a beautiful Empire Strikes Back card. Really nice image on the card itself. Obviously this isn't a still from the movie. I believe this is a sort of behind the scenes shot of the full costume. We never actually see a shot of the full AT-AT Driver costume in the movie, so it's good to have a look at that there via the card back. Really nice image indeed, and the figure itself is very cool as well. Now, I have reviewed this figure on the channel when he was made available previously in the Black Series line, so make sure you go back and check that out if you haven't already done so. This is a fantastic figure, really worthwhile addition to the collection, and hopefully at some point we get that 6-inch scale AT-AT for these figures to pilot around. It would have to be as big as a house, but pretty cool nonetheless. And on the back, once again, some more figures from the wave. There is the AT-AT Driver. Next up, to accompany Yoda, we do of course have Luke Skywalker in his Bespin fatigues. This is a much needed upgrade to one of the earliest Black Series 6-inch figures that was made available way back when, in around 2014, maybe even earlier. Obviously at that time Hasbro weren't utilising the photoreal face printing technology, so the paint applications on Luke's face for that figure were questionable at best. The likeness wasn't particularly well done, but this figure absolutely knocks it out of the park. Again, using that photoreal face printing technology, you get a really cool look at Luke Skywalker there. Really nice likeness to Mark Hamill. You can compare that side by side with the image on the card. Really nicely done indeed, and the costume has been slightly upgraded in terms of paint applications as well. You've got some nice weathering going on there. Obviously from the neck down, this is the same figure as the one released in 2013, 2014, but obviously that head really does make this figure feel like a brand new one in many ways. So I'm very happy to have this one in the collection. Obviously it comes with the blaster pistol, the lightsaber. You've got that very cool card back once again. Some really nice stuff. So that's Luke. Next up we do have Princess Leia in her Hoth gear, and this is a really cool figure. Another previously released one in the Black Series 6-inch line, but in my opinion one of the best Princess Leia figures that's ever been made. The likeness on this figure is really well done, once again aided by that photoreal face printing technology, but the accessories with this one are really cool as well. As you can see, you've got the welding goggles there and the fusion cutter from the work she carries out on the Millennium Falcon. And she also comes with a Rebel blaster, and the costume itself is really nicely sculpted, very nicely weathered, nicely decorated, and Leia always looks fantastic on that vintage card back. So very impressed with this one, and again a worthy addition to the collection. If you're a vintage collector and a Black Series collector, these are really going to tick all the boxes. And then finally, from the first wave, we do have the scruffy nerf herder himself, Han Solo. This is once again a previously released figure, but like with Leia, probably in my opinion at least, one of the best Han Solo figures that's been made available so far. That head sculpt, absolutely bang on likeness to Harrison Ford. The best being costume is probably one of my favourites from Han Solo's wardrobe. And he of course comes with the blaster pistol as well. Great articulation on all of these figures as well, which is always welcome. And that card back, once again, very, very iconic. Really cool figures indeed. So that is it for the first wave of the 40th anniversary Black Series figures. Now let's move on to the second wave, which features a more varied range of characters. So first up, we do have everyone's favourite little Astromech R2d2. Now this is a repaint of the original R2d2 figure that was made available in the Black Series way back in 2013. Obviously we've seen numerous R2d2 figures released since then. I think this figure was also made available in a Astromech Droid multi-pack where he featured some battle damage from the Battle of Yavin. This figure of course is scene specific to Dagobah, so he's covered in some swamp goo there on his body, which looks really, really nice, very nicely applied. Great sculpt once again. Doesn't come with the same amount of accessories as the original R2. Obviously being scene specific, he just comes with the accessories used in that scene in the movie. So you've got the periscope there popping out of the dome with the replacement panel. Obviously the previously released R2 came with the tools that came out of the front. You'd got the lightsaber that popped up from Return of the Jedi, all that other cool stuff, the jets on the side, all that sort of thing. So yeah, very, very nice looking figure indeed though. Really do like this one. And again, that card back, absolutely stunning. And then on the back of this card you've got some other figures available in Wave 2. Again, all of which we will take a look at in a moment. So there we go, first up that is R2D2. Now let's take a look at the second figure. We do have Luke Skywalker in his snowspeeder gear. This is a brand new figure, and so far I believe or at least out of the ones that we've looked at, the only brand new figure to this assortment. Not only is this figure, he's been given the photoreal face printing technology treatment, but the figure itself is a completely new sculpt. Obviously Luke Skywalker in his pilot form we've only seen as an X-Wing pilot in the Black Series line, whereas this figure obviously depicts him in his snowspeeder gear, and the image on the card is representative of that. Very, very cool looking indeed. He does come with the lightsaber, as you can see, removable helmet, really nicely sculpted jumpsuit, and this guy's going to look great in that 6-inch snowspeeder that's coming out later in the year. It's a very, very cool figure. Moving on, we do have another brand new addition to the Black Series 6-inch line, and that is this guy. This is the Hoth Rebel Soldier. I'm really impressed with this figure, and he does come with some hidden features that you can't actually see in the packaging. What's really cool about this one is that he is, in every sense of the word, an army builder. He is absolutely fantastic for building up a squad of troops, as not only is he just a generic character, he's not, you know, character specific, but he comes with so many alternate accessories and swappable bits and pieces, which is just fantastic. Hidden inside the backpack of this figure is an alternate face, so you can swap and change those between the character. You've got obviously different weapons. You've got the Rebel Blaster, the rifle there at the top, the scarf that goes over the face, goggles, removable hat, all that sort of stuff. Everything you'd need to create an absolute squad of Hoth troopers to combat your AT-AT drivers and snow troopers and all that sort of stuff. So that is really, really cool. definitely going to be a sought after figure. Obviously the card artwork looks fantastic as well. Really nice addition to the collection. Moving on to the next figure, we have the old Smoothy, Lando Calrissian. Again, a previously released figure, but this one is absolutely superb. The photo reel on this guy, absolutely spitting image to Billy D. Williams. I absolutely love this. It looks so good, really nicely done. Again, comes with some great accessories. You've got the Rebel Blaster, little comlink there he uses to tell the citizens of Cloud City to evacuate during the Imperial occupation. And of course he does come with that really nice looking cape with gold trim. Stunning looking figure. Looks great on this vintage card as well. That really nice iconic image of Lando there on the card. Stunning figure all round. And last but not least, we do have another army builder, another troop builder, the TIE Fighter pilot, which has always been, I've got to admit, one of my favourite vintage cards. I love how obscure it is, how generic it is. You know, you don't actually get an image of the TIE Fighter pilot on this card. You've just got an image of a TIE Fighter, which is really cool in my opinion. I don't know why, there's just something about it that I like. And it just looks really cool, really retro. And the figure inside, once again, is not to be sniffed at. Great figure from earlier in the line. And again, it looks fantastic on this vintage card. So there we go. That is just about it for both waves 1 and 2 of the vintage collection 40th anniversary line. Not the vintage collection, my apologies, the Black Series 6-inch 40th anniversary collection from The Empire Strikes Back. Some phenomenal figures in this assortment, some phenomenal figures included in this Hasbro press box, and once again a huge thanks and a shout out goes out to the guys at Hasbro for providing me and many other fan channels with this press box to get a really cool look at these figures and celebrate Star Wars Day the right way. I hope you all enjoyed this impromptu unboxing. I'll be back with some more reviews as soon as I can. I've got some really cool videos lined up for you. And again, I hope you're all staying safe and well during this current situation. So anyway, that's going to do it for this review. I hope you enjoyed it. I will see you all soon. Until then, as always, keep collecting and may the Force be with you.